That is to a certain extent a bit of a problem. You know, it's not like you can just go and shift them all of a sudden because they're on such long contracts. So there is a few that you'd like to think can do a lot more. You know, he's obviously got the balance a bit different with Conor Gallagher's going to play in midfield today.
10 goals for the season so far. Here's Mauricio Pochettino and Ange Postecoglou with Patrick Davison.
And Spurs have a strong bench in reserve. One new face on it, 16-year-old Mikey Moore included for the first time. The win 6 months ago. To say the Chelsea bench is inexperienced is something of an understatement. Only 2 of the outfield players have ever played in the Premier League before. Ange Postecoglou
in between the right full-back and right centre-back Chalobah will be the most difficult moment he's got to deal with tonight, and he's got to make sure, not so much when...
He went on to lose 4 of their next 5 last 2 Premier League games. They have a back line that...
Bravest performance I've ever seen from a team that was...
A slip from Sarr, and Badiashile will say thank you. Mudryk starting out on this left again. Allison. He's had a few niggly injuries. And Vicario ponderous! Jackson thought he'd scored, and that is a fantastic goal line clearance from Mickey van der Ven. That's what it looks like, the embrace when you bail your goalkeeper. Kulusevski has found Brennan Mudryk bearing down for Chelsea, dancing feet. Spanish fullback Porro. Badiashile needed. Floated in by Brennan Johnson. Floated out by Brennan Johnson.
Yeah, no conviction from Brennan Johnson in that position off the front. Just doesn't look anywhere near his best.
Badiashile has struggled with the groin problem this for Porro to get forward. Not the cross he was looking for, most settled at the mark. Ever-changing check. Forward. Madueke taking a risk. Rob Jones well positioned and hasn't given anything. Madueke.
The referee's read that.
Pick up as good a partnership. That's a lovely ball through to Cucurella. Van der Ven came across and Chelsea have the corner. In by Mudryk. Vicario went for it, not convincingly. And that's in by Palmer. Up and away. The Tottenham Hotspur Stadium seemed to point everyone in the direction that may... On Kulusevski, back to Son. Here's Alfie Gilchrist. Here's Madueke, great turn of pace, a great anticipation from Christian Romero. Rivals. That's a really testing ball in from Mudryk. Not giving it up. Eventually it trickles through to the welcoming gloves of Guillermo. Gallagher, Richarlison, Badiashile. Because here comes Spurs. Richarlison. Madueke for Chelsea, making good ground and giving a pretty good effort. He's on the ball here.
Yeah. What I'd hope is that Madueke...
In by Conor Gallagher. And in by Chalobah! Set-piece problems for Spurs again. And Chalobah cashes in with his first goal of the season to make it Chelsea. It's clearly on. Issues on the road recently to get away from Romero, but not Van der Ven. Here for Spurs, this is Brennan Johnson. Now Richarlison looking to get foul mark here at Stamford Bridge. This is Madueke. Cucurella. Madueke on the ball again. Palmer played a little too in. Finding Mudryk, and Mudryk close to finding the top corner, but not quite close enough. Kulusevski trying to force it. And Johnson, it's from losing positions. In fact, the third best in this. Van der Ven. From Spurs, but the final ball lacking. Down goes Richarlison, manhandled by Badiashile. And by Porro. And wide by Romero. Golden chance to level it up for Spurs.
Well, he had some big chances at the week.
Choice left backs, that's why Emerson Royale is in there. Yeah. Clipped by Porro, play on, says the referee. Madueke. That's top tier rather than top bins. Porro. Brennan Johnson. Go back to Porro. First, sorry, the return from Porro. The cutback. And the shot is wide from Papsar. But it did take a deflection. Spurs will have... Back to Porro. On, says Rob Jones. Spurs will do that. The deflection from Jensen. Spurs kick us off and on. Papsar. Petrovic, a strong enough hand to take it away from the on-rushing Son. Took a touch off Madueke. Comes to Kulusevski. And Antonio Conte. And Romero has gifted it to Mudryk. And Mudryk has let him off the hook. Football and Son, the most experienced player out. And Gilchrist, live defending. Hands in the back of Son and a free kick for Spurs. Noni Madueke. There's Cole Palmer. And I think everyone in Stamford Bridge expected that to be a little closer.
Yeah.
Porro fizzes it in. Gilchrist leads Kulusevski to it. And Richarlison making that near post run. Couldn't find it. Johnson. Jackson making good progress in the middle. But Emerson rocks and finds Kulusevski. Pedro Porro. Brennan Johnson. Palmer. Twisting, turning, chopping, shooting. Here comes Porro. Pedro Porro. Midfield shortly, but it's their defence they need to worry about. Madueke looking for Palmer. Big spell this for Spurs. Decent. James Maddison on to pull the strings. Emerson Royale. Højbjerg.
It's never really on.
Johnson. Gone, but he hadn't spotted Jackson. He fouls Jackson. He'll be lucky to avoid a yellow for that. He will not. Johnson. Oh, so close. It was Emerson Royale. Gallagher couldn't hold it. Kukurea tries to... Oh, it ripples the crossbar. Followed in by Jackson! Jackson, the beneficiary of a fabulous free kick from Cole Palmer. Jackson scores against Spurs again, and Chelsea have some breathing. Allowed to bounce.
আউতে তো আপনারা দেখতে পাচ্ছেন আপনার কিছু বেসিক শব্দ যেমন সে তুমি তারা ইনারা এগুলোর ভাষাগুলো আগে শিখতে পারলে তারপর এর পিছনে আপনারা পুরো বাক্যটি লাগিয়ে একটি সেন্টেন্স ক্রিয়েট করতে পারবেন এবং এই সেন্টেন্সের মাধ্যমেই আপনারা এটি ভালোভাবে চেক করতে পারবেন।